Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all Illinois students by Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at IACAC.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at the same website, IACAC.org. I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters.
Thank you very much, Lindsay. Welcome and happy Wednesday to everyone. We thank you for joining us today. We're going to take a little time and go ahead and introduce ourselves, and then we'll jump right into our presentation. So I'll start with introductions. I am Faye Eichner. I am one of the Illinois regional recruiters for you guys, so I see you guys on the road. And I'm also one of the associate directors in our undergraduate admissions office.
I'll go next. My name is Nathan Elizalde, working here with our transfer students at Purdue Northwest. Super excited and honored to be here. I'm a graduate of the university, so have that firsthand experience and also worked in the financial aid department before coming here. So can maybe be some help in terms of answering some of those questions as well for the Q&A portion of things.
Hi, my name is David. Oh, go ahead, Catalina.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. My name is Catalina Rodriguez. I am the Director of TRIO Student Support Services, and I'm also serving as the Interim Assistant Vice Chancellor of Educational Opportunity Programs. All that to say that if you choose PNW, we have a number of great services and programs to ensure that you're successful once you're here at Purdue Northwest.
Hi, everybody. My name is David Boyd. I am a regional recruiter for the Chicagoland area. So like Faye, I'm also one of the Illinois recruiters. It's a pleasure to be able to chat with you today about PNW, and we look forward to being of assistance.
We do have also Stefan Piggy on the line, guys. He's having a little technical difficulty. We all know a little bit about that, but we want you guys to know that he's there. He's also one of our associate directors in the office. In case he gets going, he will jump in too. So we didn't want you guys to be like, oh, who's that? So we're gonna go ahead with our presentation, and we'll hope that you guys enjoy us. Make sure that if you have any questions, you can always just drop them down in the Q&A as we're going along. All right. Sorry. All right, so Purdue University Northwest, guys, we are a four-year public state university located in the state of Indiana. We are part of the Purdue University system, but we are also a premier metropolitan university dedicated to empowering transformational change in our students and in our community. We offer 2 campuses serving more than 10,000 undergraduate and graduate students, so we're a medium-sized campus. At PNW, we do value academic excellence, we support growth, and we celebrate diversity.
So as Faye mentioned, in terms of location, we do have 2 campuses. Our campus in Hammond is actually closest to the Illinois border, and we are roughly about 30 miles plus from downtown Chicago, okay? And then we also have our campus in Westville. That campus, if you were to take our shuttle service from Hammond to Westville, it would be roughly about 40 minutes or so, but it is located roughly about 15 miles away from the Indiana Dunes. And then, as you can see, we also have the Arboretum at Purdue Northwest, which is a 300-acre oak preserve of formal gardens, woodlands, wetlands, prairies, and hiking trails near Valparaiso. However, where you would be taking your coursework would be at either the Hammond or the Westville campuses. So just a few quick facts about the university. We have roughly 70 plus areas of study, and again, over 10,000 students. In terms of our freshman class, roughly 98% of all freshman students are full-time. So full-time, when we talk about full-time at PNW, we are referring to at least 12 credit hours, which on average, most college classes are about 3 credits apiece. So that means that every term you're taking at least 4 classes a term, which will qualify you as full-time. We have over 47 countries represented at our university and over 66,000 plus alumni. But the good part, at least I think this is the best part about PNW, is the fact that our student to faculty ratio is 12-1. So what that means is you have much more of an opportunity to interact not only with your fellow classmates, but your professors as well. There are a lot of joint projects that are done here at the university, and the students that you interact with and your professor could end up being your colleague. So that's one of the main reasons why we are very, very proud of the fact that we have such a low ratio where you get great education and be able to network as well.
Hi guys, my name is Stefan Piggy. I work within the Office of Admissions here at Purdue University Northwest. And our College of Business here at PNW is a great choice for you to be career ready from day one. So in our most recent U.S. News and World Rankings, PNW's undergraduate business program was rated among the top programs of those accredited by the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. In short, we'd always call that around campus AACSB. This is the top and the highest accreditation that a business school can receive. Our College of Business offer programs from accounting to management to hospitality and tourism management. And all those programs allow you to build a strong foundation for your career right here, right on campus before entering the workforce. Some of our graduates within the College of Business have went on to work for companies such as Ernst & Young, PepsiCo, Hilton Brand, Marriott, and even the Walt Disney Company. In the College of Engineering and Sciences at Purdue University Northwest, they offer high-tech, database driven programs that will prepare you to pursue the jobs of the 21st century. Programs within the College of Engineering and Sciences include multiple types of engineering, everything from computer engineering, civil engineering, we have electrical and mechanical engineering, computer science, health studies or health sciences, math, and so much more. Our engineering programs within the College of Engineering and Sciences at PNW has consistently been ranked nationally and even globally within the U.S. News and World Report, such as the College of Business and a few others that we offer on campus. The College of Engineering and Sciences also allows you to be a part of something bigger. So if you have big dreams of big design projects and big research opportunities, you'll be able to learn those fundamentals right here on campus, put them in practice by using hands-on projects and research. Some of those examples of hands-on training and projects and research could be the Senior Design Showcase, which happens your senior year. All of our senior students within the engineering and sciences have to go through that. And also one big one is going to be the NASA rover competition. So each year we send students down to Alabama to be on the grounds of NASA, and they participate in the rover competition, and we've actually won in place in the top within that competition for a few years of us competing in that. Our graduates within the College of Engineering and Sciences have went on to gain employment from ArcelorMittal, even NASA, the National Park Service, and many others.
Sorry, so in terms of our College of Humanities, Education, and Social Sciences, that's actually where I graduated from. My degree is in public relations within this field here. So for all those going out for communications, one of the great things about this college that we affectionately call CHESS as an abbreviation for the college is that we really focus on research, in all of these fields that are, liberal arts and humanities and all of these social science type careers. It's really important to build you up in terms of what research can you do, what experience can you have. And I know that we'll talk a little bit about that later on as well, but every year our university puts on a research conference where students are able to present all the work that they've done. We bring in some big names and some big companies and some big interests in order to see the quality of work that our students are having. So in addition to just letting it be on your resume, you know, by doing all of this hands-on work, or what we would call experiential learning, it's also something that you're able to practice presenting and presenting to people who would make an impact on where you can go and get careers. We have within this our School of Education and Counseling, which has an excellent program. We're one of the top licensure programs within the state of Indiana. And we've got education from every level, from early childhood, elementary education to secondary education, in all different fields. And since we're so close to the border of Illinois, oftentimes I'll get questions about, well, if I go there, will I only be able to teach in Indiana? And the answer to that is no. We've got an option for students to get some papers signed by our School of Education and have a testing for licensure in the state without having to do like additional classwork and things of that nature. So that's something that we've just had a lot of teachers and such come through that we've worked that out. And students from this program work everywhere from, you know, General Electric to ESPN to all different places around Chicagoland area, the region, and even globally. With our College of Nursing, we're very honored to be considered an NLN Center of Nursing Excellence. I think there's something like 50 schools nationally that's considered this Center for Research and Education, and we're honored to be one of them. I know that this is one of our top sought after programs, and anecdotally, when I've been, you know, in and visiting hospitals, I'll happen to just always ask, like, where did you get your education and things like that. And I always run into somebody who's a graduate from our program, either going through their clinicals or who's working there full time, who got work. And everyone who I've ever talked about just raves about the hands-on experience. And I mean, I think it's proven by being ranked in the U.S. News and World Reports multiple years, and including this one. Just our faculty is fantastic, being in the field, continuing research and working hands-on with our students. And I'm sure we'll talk about this a little bit more, but we've actually got a brand new building where our nursing students are going to be doing their research, doing their labs, doing their classrooms inside of. And I'll even talk real briefly about our online nursing program. So for anyone who has or is going to pursue an associate's degree and then wants to do the online program to finish up to get their BSN, that Bachelor of Science in Nursing, that program is an excellent, you know, 16-month program, super affordable at something like $11,000 for the entire duration of the program. And then if you even have are working like in the hospital by that point, getting your associate's degree or working toward that, there's scholarships available for all of that as well. So really, really excellent in that regard.
Okay, so next on the list, the College of Technology. So one of the things that's really critical about all the programs that we offer, not just the College of Technology, is accreditations. Accreditations are recognized across university systems across the country, which basically means that we have very strong programs that provide the kind of knowledge base and learning that you will need to take with you forward as you go into your careers. So all of the undergraduate programs at the College of Technology are nationally accredited, very important. This ensures that each program is independently reviewed and it meets the quality expectation for that particular profession. And accrediting agencies include the Association of Technology, Management, and Applied Engineering, ATMAE, and ABET. So, and the National Center for Academic Excellence for Cyber Defense Education. This is a big thing that we're always talking about nowadays, cybersecurity. So our National Center for Academic Excellence for Cyber Defense Education, granted by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and National Security Agency. So the things that you're going to be learning here at PNW will definitely qualify you for potential employment for future opportunities a little bit later. And then as you see below, our graduate work that we do through experiential learning, these are the locations where you can actually learn and get opportunities later on as you get ready to graduate. So just a quick thing about experiential learning, that is the process where essentially as you get closer to graduating from PNW, you are actually getting experience in the field itself, where you either do like an internship or a very in-depth research project that will give you the opportunity to put some of your academic training to work. And in terms of, real quickly, about our degrees that we offer in the College of Technology, you're looking at a wide range of things. The computer graphics technology, computer information technology, computer information technology and cybersecurity, so on and so forth. So there are plenty of options that you can take advantage of here at PNW. And then we have our Honors College. So this is where all the hard work that you put in as high school students, when you graduate, you can potentially qualify for our Honors College if you have a 3.0 or higher, 1130 or higher on the SAT, 23 or higher on the ACT. You're looking at the opportunity of being admitted to the Honors College. It does not mean that you are actually doing twice the work of everybody else. It's more focused on the perks that actually come from that. So in our Honors College, we have over 400 Honors College students, and some of the benefits include teaching, being a teaching assistant. There are research opportunities that will be available to you, study abroad options, internships, and then other opportunities. Just working on your networking skills. It's more, going to college is more than just about getting the academic side. It's also getting the people skills that you'll need in order to be good professionals. And those are kinds of things that you will definitely learn here at the Honors College at PNW.
Now, our exploratory advising, guys, is like in a section of its own from any of our other colleges that we just discussed, because a lot of times, and actually looking at surveys, it says it's about 20 to 50% of students come in and they're undecided. So our students that haven't declared a major, you're not really sure what you want to do, or you don't get directly admitted into your program, you'll find yourself in our exploratory advisement department. And it's okay if you don't get directly admitted when you first come in. You need to make sure that your advisor knows that in exploratory advisement. They'll make sure that you get your interests and your skills, make sure all of that is explored, and you let them know which way you want to go so that you can still be on track to get admitted into the major that you were wanting to come and succeed in. So we want to make sure that you guys know that this is not a big deal, but we do have this for the students that are like, well, where do I go if I don't know where I want to do? So this is where we house you every year, and it's okay if you don't know what you want to do.
And once you get to PNW, there are a number of resources that the university has to ensure that your transition from high school to college is as smooth as possible. And so here we have the Writing Center, the Counseling Center, the Career Center. We have supplemental instruction, which is the opportunity for you to participate in additional free study sessions, healthcare facilities, TRIO and educational opportunity programs. So we have a number of programs here on campus to make sure that you are as successful as possible. So in regards to the Writing Center, if you're someone who not quite feeling super comfortable with your own writing yet, or you get here and you really want that additional support, we have staff and faculty who are here to help you from the writing process to drafting to ultimately submitting a really strong paper to your instructor. The Counseling Center here on our campus is really a space that encourages and assists students while they're here. Typically with the Counseling Center, we encourage our students to feel safe having someone on campus that they can have conversations about that range from feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes students who, you're getting very overwhelmed, certainly right now as we're learning through the pandemic, while we're trying to learn through Zoom and we're trying to learn through the different platforms, that stress is very normal. In the Counseling Center, the professionals that are there are equipped to help you transition through that and make sense of that. in the end, as you're working towards your degree, it's really important that you have strategy throughout the 4 years to ensure that you have a career at the end of this. And so our Career Center is here to really help you from the first day that you're on campus, and really showing you that working towards that career plan is really something that you should be doing as early as the first day that you step foot on campus. Healthcare facilities on campus that we have to ensure that you have easy access to primary care. And then certainly TRIO and education opportunity programs. If you are a first generation college student, we have a community of support here on campus. In fact, Purdue Northwest does have a large percentage of students who identify as first generation college, which means that you will be earning a bachelor's degree before both of your parents. And so TRIO Student Support Services is really here to ensure that you have all of the resources to help you be as successful as you can here at Purdue Northwest. So that goes from academic coaching. So it's that relationship that you have with your academic advisor, and then we're here to make sure that you feel fully supported to know what kind of questions to ask of your advisor. Tutoring, we offer on campus 24/7 online tutoring. We have leadership and conference participation. So though right now we're not traveling, there's still a lot of leadership conferences that our students are attending virtually. And all of this is at no cost to our students. TRIO truly takes the cost away from anything. And we are here to just give you access that maybe otherwise you wouldn't have had. So if you are a first generation college student, or you're not sure if you are, but think you might be, please reach out to our office, because we have a number of services to provide to you in a really timely and caring way.
So as far as our campus traditions go, we've got a number of things that we do year after year, because we've gotten, hey, this is what we like to do. This is kind of who we are as a culture. And so this is what we're going to do. And one of those things is making sure that we get together to help support one another, not just with all the resources that Catalina just talked about, but also as we're getting towards finals, the university will host these pancake study breaks where it's like, hey, we know that the end of the semester can be crazy, so let's get together, let's make you some pancakes, and let's just, spend some time with one another, helping each other study, helping each other go through them flashcards or whatever it is you need to do to ace your tests. Let's do so over a decent free meal, Some of the other things that we do, I know, is our welcome weeks. We have 2 campuses, as we said earlier, and both of them are very active as we start the first, week or 2 of classes with different events, from having carnivals on campus to different games that you can participate in sweepstakes, and all the different fraternities and sororities will be out there promoting all the different clubs and organizations, and it's just a very lively time where everyone can come together and find out what's going on and how they can get plugged in and who they want to get to know and exchange business cards with, and numbers and things like that, and kind of find your place as you start off, not just the semester, but even, especially for freshmen and such, starting off the next, 4 years, who my friends group is going to be. And this is oftentimes a place where we can link together and find those good connections within students. We also have things like our late night madness, which is, we kick off, we have this super late, basketball evening as we start off the season. There's food that's catered, it's free, there are prizes. Leo, our mascot's out there just hyping us up and getting us super stoked about the season that's coming up. You get to meet the team. There's typically like dunk contests, three-point shooting contests, all kinds of things, and just get together with people and have fun. I also know that we have a big fundraising day where we all just invest, and us as alumni and students and supporters, come in and just say like, hey, how do we, for our day of giving, how do we get together to support the university and support the direction that it's going, and come together as a one place, and just show that we're focused, we're together, and we want this place to be better than when we came into it, better moving forward for those who would come after us. We also host a Pride Stride every year, which is a 5K run or walk, whatever you want to do. Even this year, you know, with the pandemic going on, it was virtual where everyone kind of got a link and we were able to view as we were running around. I say we as though I ran. I didn't run. I was at the couch watching everybody participate. And I was really rooting them on, like, go ahead. But you know, it's really fun. And we just want to do our best to be able to, you know, keep people invested. And even with homecoming, you know, having all kinds of events and just being really involved with one another and with our community and with our university to make those memories. We also offer some campus housing. So if you're looking to live on campus, if you're not wanting to commute, there is an option at our Hammond campus that's available for that. Think of it as a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment where there's an open concept living room and kitchen in the middle. It comes fully furnished with all of your appliances. So you got a dishwasher, oven, microwave, stove, refrigerator, all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about lugging that into the facility. It's already there waiting for you. High-speed Wi-Fi. I mean, they got like HBO and cable and all kinds of things. It's better than my house. I tried to move in there, but they won't let me because I'm not a student. So, but what also is great about that is that you're not sharing a room with someone. If you or your friends want to come together, you can request and put each other's names on your application, and you can live in the same apartment, but you're actually going to always get your own bedroom. So you're not sharing that space. You've got your own private area when you're sleeping and studying and doing all of that. So you don't have to worry about that, but you've got your commons areas where you can hang out with your roommates. And for quite affordable, you know, at $5,700 a year, that comes in and, you know, there's even some shared labs and places for, if, you know, you're a musician, we've got some soundproof rooms for you to do all of that, you know, laundry on every floor. So that way you don't have to, you know, travel super far to do that or worry about, you know, anything of that nature. And since it's on campus, we've got, you know, our staff that's always available to help or answer questions or be there should any need arise.
So on campus, our athletic department is a big part of our campus. And so PNW Athletics, we're better known as the Pride, and we proudly compete within the GLIAC Conference. So if you guys are not familiar with the GLIAC Conference, that's the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, and it participates in NCAA Division II. So we do offer 16 teams. Those teams are men's baseball, men's and women's basketball, men's and women's cross country, men's and women's golf, men's and women's soccer, softball, men's and women's tennis, volleyball. We do have a non-varsity sports in ice hockey. Even though it's not a varsity sport, they do compete against other universities. Some of those universities be the University of Michigan, Purdue University, West Lafayette. We've competed against them. And other universities where we travel to their campus or they travel to ours. We do have an ice hockey arena not far from campus that our ice hockey team gets to compete in. We do have cheer and dance teams to those who may not be athletic, but you are very passionate about supporting the Pride Athletics. So you can do that. And I'll save the best one for last, and that's going to be esports. And so that's one of our newest, actually the newest sports team that we offer on campus. We are the first public institution in the state of Indiana to offer esports as a varsity sport. So if you ever got in trouble for playing video games a little bit too much, and your parents told you, you know, you need to go get to your books because they'll get a real job, now you can tell your parents, hey, I can go to college to play video games. So we have more information about all of our athletic teams on our website or at their website at pnwathletics.com. We do house a little over 250 student athletes, and they're not just excelling on the field, but also off the field. Out of the 250 plus student athletes, we have at least 175 that has at least a 3.0 GPA, and 32 of those student athletes has a 4.0 GPA. So not only are they competing at a high level within their sport or their field, they're also competing in the classroom to earn that degree.
Right. So you have heard so much about what we have to offer. Hopefully later when we get through some of this. We'll get to show you a video we had if it works, but if not, we'll keep it moving. We want to talk about our application process, which we know this is why you really tuned in, right? So to apply at PNW, first things first, we are not on Common App. We're not on Coalition App. You have to go to www.pnw.edu to complete our application. Now, when you guys go on there, we only ask they're very vital questions, but they're not that many. So depending on how fast you type, it only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to complete our app. When you're done completing the app, make sure, guys, that you sign it and you press submit so that we get it. But you also want to make sure that you go to Parchment, Naviance, or your counselor, however your school has it set up, to make sure that we get your official transcript sent over to us. Right now, great thing, until September 30th, all application fees are waived for our incoming freshmen. So if you guys go on and apply now, all the way until next week, there will be no application fee. If you do apply and it's after that date, our application fee is $25 unless you have an application fee waiver, and they'll ask you about that and you can just check the box. So our personal statement down at the bottom, that is not required. I always tell students though, like if you had a hospital or something, a medical issue that occurred while you were in high school that affected your grades, and you want to let us know, do the personal statement. Because otherwise, we really won't know any other way. We'll just be looking at your transcripts and everything that you sent in to us, okay? So it's not required, but you do have the option if you want to send it in, you can. On the flip side of that, I know we've talked about our app, our transcripts. To complete our app, this is all you need in 2021 for your class, because we are test optional this year. So if you do not get a chance to take the SAT or the ACT, it's okay. We're going to give you a reprieve. Step back off the ledge, don't jump. We're right here with you. We understand, okay? So if you guys do not have it, we do have it on our application where you can mark that your test optional. I know that some schools may give you an option. Sometimes you might get a chance and you might mark no, that you don't want to be test optional. If you change your mind, you have to let us know, because if not, your app's still going to be incomplete until we get those test scores. So just make sure that, you know, you go to pnw.edu, send us your official transcript. If you're sitting in test scores, we need those sent in as well, along with your $25 fee or fee waiver, and then your app is complete once we get all those things, all right? Okay.
And let's say you, for whatever reason, are choosing that you wanted to start off at like a community college or something, you have the option of transferring in. So while we would love to have you with us the entire time, we would encourage you to do that. Come start with us, get the entire degree, awesome. But if for whatever reason you're not able to, or maybe you change your mind later on and you want to transfer to PNW, that's an option that you have. We allow transfer students to come anytime throughout the year, fall, spring, or summer. So you don't have to feel like you can't come in until the new year. If you want to come in starting in January, totally fine. We can do that for you as well. Our process, very simple, very easy. Just like Faye was saying, it's as simple as submitting an application, and then we would need your official transcripts from wherever it was that you attended. And let's say you wanted to talk with me about, hey, like what courses could I take at my local community college before transferring on in? We can have that conversation. We can set up a one-on-one time to go over those things and find out what your best path is, so that way you're not losing any courses in that transfer process. And we do offer scholarships as well for our transfer students. Just some incentive for doing well, be it coming straight from high school, or if you choose to transfer in after a little bit of time.
Okay, so the financial aid process. It's important to file the FAFSA. You want to make sure that you file as soon as possible. I know that the PNW priority deadline says April 15, 2021, but if you are an incoming senior or a current senior and you're coming into your graduation year and you're planning on joining us in the fall of 2021, as soon as you're able to actually apply, which I believe is after October 1st, you can use your federal income taxes from 2019 to actually apply. You will obviously review your SAR report. You'll complete your file if additional documentation is required. There are some cases where a process called verification, where you would actually have to provide some additional information to the university, which kind of comes at random from the federal government. You'll have to provide that information. in order to help complete the process. And then you can check your status online at your MyPNW portal account. We try to have MyPNW that it can do a number of different things so that you don't have to constantly go everywhere to get all kinds of different bits of information. Most importantly, I do want you to remember that we have, as you saw on the previous slide, we have a separate number that is for our FAFSA code. It is 001827. Each of the Purdue campuses has their own. Some people mistake, you know, if I put down West Lafayette's information, it's going to go to all the campuses. That is not correct. We have our own separate code, so please make sure that you put that code in, because that could delay the process of you getting your financial aid package put together. And then, of course, investing in yourself. Tuition and fees 2020 through 2021. This is how much it costs to attend our university. So if you are an out-of-state resident, you're paying $11,523 in tuition and fees. That is for the year. That is not for the semester, okay? You will simply divide that in half, look at additional estimated costs, which are personal expenses and books and supplies, and then that is what it is that essentially you are covering for the school year itself. We tried to recently make everything very competitive in terms of the local area colleges that are on the Illinois side, to make this as competitive as possible in terms of pricing, so that we can get talented students like yourself to come from Illinois into Indiana. If you already live here in the state, it is $7,942 to be a full-time student per year, not per semester, okay? So we just wanted to make sure that you know that you're going to get a quality education here. You're going to have the Purdue name that's attached with it, and you will pay less money in order to get that education.
So you may be wondering how you're going to pay for your education. You saw those prices that David just told you about. And so some of those ways that you can do after completing your FAFSA is going to be scholarships. So PNW has a number of scholarships that's available to you. Freshmen and transfer students are automatically considered for academic scholarships awarded by the Office of Admissions as part of the admissions process. So there isn't a separate application for the Academic Achievement Scholarship. That's what it's called. Your application to the university is essentially the same application that we will use for that scholarship. And so once we get your transcripts and test scores, if you have those, and anything else that accompany your file, we will look to see if you qualify for that scholarship, and we will award based on that. So the deadline for our scholarship, the Academic Achievement Scholarship, is going to be December 1st. Applicants need to apply and be admitted to the university by that date to be considered. If you do not be considered for that scholarship, or you miss the deadline, don't worry. There are other scholarships available to you. And on your screen, you will see a few names of some scholarships, or some of our most popular scholarships across campus. But there are a wide range of scholarships that can be located at www.pnw.edu/scholarship. You can go on there and see what scholarships are available, their requirements, their recommendations. I will say the application for the scholarships will open in October, and they have a deadline for the institutional scholarships on February 1st. So we always tell our students that's in the admissions process to apply early, so you could go ahead and get the decision back to you. So you could go in and to apply for some of those scholarships that is housed institutionally before the February 1st deadline. And those scholarships are open to anyone. As I mentioned, those scholarships are made possible by donors into the universities. Some of the academic colleges across the university offer those scholarships, and just community partners offer those scholarships for PNW students. So we want to make sure that you are able to take advantage of those by applying early, and then giving yourself the best chance to apply for those scholarships across campus. And our new campus additions. I'm sorry, the screen isn't showing the PowerPoint, so I missed it. So we have a few new campus additions across campus. On your screen, you'll see 3 of the highlighted ones. 2 we already kind of spoke about, but as Nathan mentioned earlier, the Niels K. Nelson by Innovation building that was just recently opened this August. It was a $40 million state-of-the-art STEM facility that houses our College of Nursing and the Biological Sciences departments. So if you're coming to our campus to study in either nursing or in biological sciences, you actually will be living basically in that building throughout the 4 years while you're here on campus. Next will be our esports. As I mentioned, we are the first public institution in the state of Indiana to offer esports at the varsity level. We are pretty excited about that. Students have asked, and so we were able to bring them that opportunity. This will be the first season that they are actually competing. So if you are interested in possibly joining that team and finding out what different games and that they'll be participating in, go to our athletics website at pnw.athletics.com, and you'll be able to take advantage and see some of those things. Last but not least is going to be the Senior Design Studio, Engineering Design Studio. And so that building actually is not even open yet. They're currently in the process of construction. It's slated to open late 2020, early 2021. And so with that space will allow our students to bring their big design ideas to life. And with that, it'll give them opportunities to collaborate with their peers in their classes, but not just their peers and their faculty members. They'll be able to collaborate with corporations, whether it's locally or in the national level. They will be able to come into campus and actually work and bring those ideas to life. So if you have a big idea and you're into engineering, you will be able to take advantage of that studio and that design space.
All right, guys, we have come to the end. This is the Undergraduate Office of Admissions Contacts. If you have any questions or concerns or just wanted to reach out to us after today's presentation, take a screenshot, take a picture, whatever you need to do. Right now, we have about maybe 3 minutes left in our presentation. So if you guys have any questions, and we could go ahead and answer them for you. I will also go to our next screen so you can take a picture of our social media accounts, because we want to make sure that you connect with us. We're all over Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at Enroll PNW. So that's the tag that you want to follow. Now, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and drop them now. If we don't get a chance to answer them, know that we will get a export of it. We'll get a link of something of it, and we will be able to follow up with you later. But I want to take the time thank you for tuning in. Know that this will be recorded. Let your friends know. Tell them to go check us out on IACAC because we're there. And then I want to also take the time to thank my colleagues because you guys did a wonderful job, and I just appreciate it because it's been a long, long time. So thank you guys for tuning in with us today. And again, I don't see any questions. Do you guys have any questions or anything students generally ask you that you want to talk about right now? We good? Because we just got a couple of minutes, so we'll just be hanging out here, guys, if anything pops up.
I guess one of the things that we talked about that I'll just fill some space with while students are typing out their questions and things. I know that I think it was David was mentioning a little bit about experiential learning, and I had talked about it's a requirement for all of our students. And what we mean by that is hands-on learning in your field of study, right? So some majors are kind of intuitive with that. So like nursings are going to do your clinicals and things of that nature. But I'll even say from my experience in the communication department, you know, for one of mine, I was encouraged and end up creating a consulting firm to do a communication audit on somebody, you know, like on a company who paid for us to do that. So getting people together, creating this company, and then going out in the community to find employers like that kind and that level of expertise is what the expectation is for the university and all of the students. And what we do and what the Career Center specifically does is that they work toward building internships and externships and things of that nature. So that way our students have an outlet for that if you don't know where to go or how to get started in that. So they're great in that they don't just help you build a resume and go through mock interviews, though that is one of the things they help with, or some of the things that they do, but they'll also help you to get connected with businesses, companies, corporations, and industry, so that way you can have that resume built up by the time that you graduate and have that edge on anybody who would just have classroom time without the practical field experience.
Excellent point. Thanks for throwing that out there, Nathan, when we had the time, because you, perfect.
Thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at IACAC.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recording as well as the other sessions recordings at IACAC.org. Thank you.